Yo, I'm just gonna say, check out my last video. It's amazing. Best video ever if you haven't checked out already. That's Georgia Bulldogs prediction before you watch this one. That's all I'm gonna say. Stay close to this one. There probably will be a little bit less editing, but peace.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's going on, everybody? We are back today with the SEC predictions. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right here. Oh wait. Draw on the back. Front is the Georgia predictions that I made in my last video. The best video ever. It is actually the best video ever. It was a documentary at the same time as a analyst of Georgia and their prediction. This is not going to be that. I'm not going to put it. Maybe I'll put some edits in here, but I'll probably not put that much. Point is, let's just jump right into it. Why not? For the East. Oh yeah, by the way, Georgia, you already know their record if you watched the last video. Number 1 in the East, Georgia, with the SEC East champions, taking the SEC East crown with an 8-0 record in conference, 12-0 overall. Second is Missouri with a 5-3 record in conference, 9-3 record in the SEC. Losses to Georgia, LSU, and Kentucky. LSU, my bad, not LSU. I didn't mean to say LSU. I meant Georgia, A&M, Kentucky. Gosh, I'm saying the wrong things. Anyways, they're losing those 3 games. They're beating Florida, and they're finishing second in the East.
Fourth down and 10. Build that wall. Eason, McKenzie, touchdown, Georgia. Jacob Eason got the look he wanted. McKenzie, there's the matchup. Penn, the best corner. That Jacob Eason didn't underthrow terribly. Gave his guy a chance. Impressive poise.
Fourth. Speaking of third in the East now, we got the Gators. 4-4 in conference, 8-4 overall. Georgia, LSU, Alabama, and Missouri all losing 4 games this year. They haven't done that since not in the regular season. They haven't done that since they did 2017. That's right. Well, they've only done that once in the past 6 years. So some of y'all are going crazy. Y'all picking Florida to lose 8-7 games or 4 or 5 wins. Y'all going crazy. Missouri, a lot of people are high on Missouri this year. Florida though, y'all are literally low on Florida, and I'm low on Florida too. I think I am, but I mean I don't think they're having a losing record. I mean at worst they're 6-6.
Josh Evans right here is on his way in.
Here he comes. Murray comes near side. Caught. Malcolm Mitchell to the 20. Looks for a block. Got it. Touchdown, Georgia. Driscoll. Got it. Jordan Reed fumbles it into the end zone. Wow, touchback. (17-9) Georgia keeps its hopes alive for a return appearance to the SEC championship.
Kentucky, 4th in the East. They're going 4-4 in conference, 8-4 overall. Losses to Florida, Georgia, Mississippi State, and LSU, I think. Yeah, it was LSU. All right, those 4 games. I think it will be close. I think they have a good chance to beat Florida. But I think overall they lose. And speaking of, they have a great chance. The Missouri-Florida game Florida Kentucky game and Kentucky Missouri game, watch those games. Those games will be good games, I promise you. Okay, now we're going to the bottom 3 teams. Kind of expected. Oh yeah, by the way, let me explain more about Kentucky, why I think they're a surprise team. They get 6. They basically get a free bowl game this year. I mean, South Carolina, Tennessee, Vandy, those are easy wins. 3 lower classification schools, those are easy wins. Louisville, that's not a free win, but I think they win that game. In Missouri, early in the year, a little bit tricky. I think they win that game. So that's 8 right there. They lose a close one to Florida. They get upset by Mississippi State and then blown out by LSU, Alabama. I just think they're a little bit of a surprise team this year. They're my surprise team pick. Now, it would be Missouri or some team in the West. Lane Kiffin, we should say. But everybody's picking those teams to be surprise teams, so I'm not going to pick those teams to be surprise teams. That's just... wow. But,
Driven down. In the first half here, expect him to start to get some touches to get that speed on the edge.
So the offensive touches are even, and now DAWGS Swift breaks it again, all the way for the sophomore from Philly, DAWGS Swift, 84 yards, touchdown.
About that last drive against Missouri a week ago.
number 5 in the East, South Carolina. 2-6 in conference, 5-7 overall. I think they beat Tennessee and Vandy and their 3 lower classification schools. That's about it. Look at the last 5 games of their schedule. They play A&M, Missouri, Auburn, Clemson, and somebody else. God, who is it? Missouri, Kentucky, I think. All I know is the last 5 games of their schedule are really hard. You can look at it yourself. Link. Or no, maybe not. But yeah, point is Tennessee is 6th in the East. I think they're better than Vandy. I don't think they're a good team, but I think they're better than Vandy. 1-7 in conference, 4-8 overall. They're losing the Pitt. They'll win their 3 lower classification games, and that's a reach too. They might lose one of those. They're losing the Pitt. I think they beat Vandy. Vandy's just terrible. I mean, that's just me. 7th in the East, no surprise here. Vandy, 0-8 in conference, 2-10 overall. I think there's an upset game where they lose to Colorado State. And they play Stanford too, so they'll lose that one too. So 2 non-con games are losing. 2-10 record. That wraps up the SEC East. Georgia's going to the SEC title. And I'll give you my SEC title prediction in this video after the West. Number 1 in the West. No surprise here. Alabama at 7-1 in conference, 11-1 overall. Their one loss is to Ole Miss. Oh yeah, by the way, Vandy wins their 2 lower classification games. But yeah, Alabama loses to Ole Miss. That is my prediction. Upset win. 3 straight years I've picked Alabama to go 12-0 in the regular season. It's time for me to pick them.
Now they're thinking touchdown.
Well, goodbye, Nick. Better head back quick to Alabama. There ain't no love lost for you in Louisiana. Just tuck tail and set sail with your ego. Cause Utah done kicked your ass down on the bio. Number 1, sure was fun, you acted so humble. But like you always do, we knew you would stumble. Shoeless recruits, no match for them youths, no. And they done whooped you Cajun style down on the bio. So bye-bye primetime coverage and Sports Illustrated. Hello Sports Talk shows about being overrated. Roll Tide, roll, sugar and bowl, not good to you, no. Cause Utah done kicked your ass down on the bio. So goodbye, Nick, better head back quick to Alabama. There ain't no love lost for you in Louisiana. Don't worry, them sports writers won't forget you, no. And the fact you done got your ass kicked down on the bio. Don't worry, them sports writers, they won't forget you, no. And the fact you done got your ass kicked down on the bio. Goodbye, Nick.
I think they lose this game. Number 2 in the West, LSU, 6-2 in conference, 9-3 overall. That is correct. I think they lose to UCLA. It'll be early season opener. They won't be prepared. They'll also lose to Mississippi State and upset. Then they'll go on a big win streak. Get blown out by Alabama. They'll have overall, and they beat A&M, which is why A&M is also 6-2 in conference, 10-2 overall, but they're 3rd in the West. But LSU, they'll be a good team. Don't let the 5-5 record last year trick you. They're going to be a good team this year. COVID kind of messed them up. A&M, I already said their record. 6-2 conference, 10-2 overall. 2 losses are Alabama and LSU. Now, how crazy would it be for Alabama, LSU, and A&M to all have 2 conference losses? Pretty crazy. I think A&M has a chance to win the West, but at the same time, I don't think LSU got a chance to win them. I mean, they might, but, you know, it's just Alabama, I think, got it. Number 4 in the West, Lane Kiffin, 5-3 in the conference, 9-3 overall. Losses to Texas A&M. They lose to LSU. And they're losing an upset game to Auburn. I think they get upset by Auburn. I think they do. Upset. They're supposed to be upsetting teams. The offense is lethal this year. I mean, their offense is underrated. Florida's defense is underrated too. Nobody's been talking about them on defense. Or some people have, but we're all talking about 2020. So, but Florida's defense is good this year. 2020's offense and 21 defense for Florida, that'd be amazing for them. Number 5, Auburn, most disappointing team in the SEC, 3-5 in conference, 6-6 overall. 5 free losses. I think Georgia, Alabama, Texas A&M, LSU, Penn State. I also think they lose in an upset game to Arkansas. So that's a loss there. Number 6, Mississippi State. I think they get some upset wins this year. 3-5 in conference, 5-7 overall. Their losses, or their wins, I should say. I think they beat LSU. I think they beat Kentucky. I think they win their 3 lower classification games. I think they win their Power 5 non-con game. Who was it again? I know they're losing, but who was it? I forgot. Yeah. Oh, yeah, NC State, Memphis, that's right. They'll lose those games. 2 non-con games they're losing. Yeah, not good when you get 3 SEC wins. Also, they're beating Vandy. Forgot to say that. They get Vandy this year. Arkansas, lastly, 2-6 in conference, 5-7 overall. Same overall record as Mississippi State, and they beat Mississippi State. Still last. Their wins, I should say, I just said one, Mississippi State. Other one is an upset win over Auburn, and then their 3 lower classification games. They'll also lose to Texas. How do y'all overall think about this? I think these are pretty good predictions. Certainly, there might be some transfers that happen later in the offseason. I think these are good predictions. Here's the standings. By the way, if you can't, I think you can see them good. Okay, there you go. Obviously, got Georgia on the back. Still looking good at that 12-0 record. Okay, the SEC championship game. I'm going to write this down. Got on the wrong side. This year, winning the 2021 SEC championship. Who else would I pick? Yeah, Pace is fine. Nick would like to use. All right, I think the Georgia Bulldogs get it done. Of course they do. Of course. Now what's the score? Gotta think about that for a little bit, but I'll say 35-21 for now. That might change. Point is I got Georgia winning. Score ain't that important. Let's just be honest. Now for the rest of the postseason, well, that's my New Year's Six bowl predictions. For the rest of the conference, that's for later. So that concludes my 2021 SEC predictions. Drop a like, subscribe. Hopefully you can see it well. Okay, so the outro didn't go so well, so I'm gonna do it here. ACC video in 2 days. Hawks reaction video tomorrow if the game is close, and that's about it. Peace out and DAWGS!
We'll see. Now, where is Tennessee? I thought they would have loved this.
Man, some teams get all the chicks.
This episode of SEC Shorts is brought to you by Renaissance Bank, the bank that understands you. Learn more at renaissancebank.com.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.